Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. Today we're headed back to an old familiar stomping grounds. I don't know. It's the Nightfall Haunted Territory, and we have a great interview, if you don't remember, with our buddy Rod Janlett.
And Andrew West.
And Andrew Speedy West.
Yeah, but Nightfall Haunted Territory in Oklahoma City, if you're looking for a place to be scared,
yeah,
they do a good job.
Let me start something real quick. I need to give a quick shout out to Andrew West. I don't know if he's going to hear this or not, but his dad, Speedy West Jr., was one of the most underrated guitar players of the 80s, 90s. When I was a kid in Oklahoma City, I was a band brat. You know, my stepdad did lighting and sound all over town. And I grew up going to Granny's Music Mall. It was a MacArthur in about I-40. It was a music store. And Speedy West Jr., arguably, if you were to put him in a collection of guitarists like Eric Johnson, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, guys like that, he is in that class of guitar player.
That's something special.
It is really special, and man, he died young. But I grew up listening to Speedy West Jr., and I just wanted to give a quick shout out. I meant to say that to go up to Andrew at the HorrorCon, but I didn't get a chance to. But he had the raddest dad. And he was a guitar player for a band called Maya for a long time. And he also did a lot of solo stuff. His dad, Speedy West Sr., was also a guitar player. So we're talking about, you know, Oklahoma. We talk many times about Oklahoma being like, it really is a mecca for music. There's a lot of people that nationally haven't got the attention that you deserve. If there was a guitar player, it would be Speedy West Jr. But anyway, yes, on to Nightfall.
Hold on, before we go into the interview.
Yeah.
You were talking about your dad, John.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And he did lighting and sound all around town.
All around town.
Was that on the side of his truck? Lighting and sound all over town.
Dude, he would do it. If the money was right, he would do it. And what's funny that you mention it, I've been listening to another podcast called Here's the Deal, hosted by Jay Ramone. He's over at the Cat. But he's doing a podcast right now with a local dude, a freaking legend in Oklahoma music, ever from record stores to promotion, Max Baker Jr. My dad worked a lot with him, and I messaged him personally and told him, you know, how much I remembered my dad working with him and getting to go hang out and do that kind of thing. And then he read my message on the podcast and got a little bit choked up about it. So it's been really kind of cool to get back into those memories again, those core memories. So yeah, every time I think about Andrew West, I think about Speedy West Jr. And every time I think about Speedy West Jr., I think it's just it's a cool universe. Anybody that grew up in local music, again, as a band brat, running around the bars, running around the venues and helping out as a kid, or being a kid of the band itself, there's nothing quite like it. And if you are looking for a really cool, speaking of, this kind of goes alongside, Andrew West got a cool project, Murder by Death. He has a band that kind of, it marries the horror universe together.
That's awesome. Great interview coming up, though. Give it a listen if you didn't listen to it last time. Andrew West, Rod Janlett, Nightfall Haunted Territory.
So it's this season of pumpkin and spice, everything nice, pumpkin patches and haunted attractions. And speaking of haunted attractions, we've got the guys from Nightfall Territory. What's going on, Rod?
How you guys doing? Hello.
And Andrew, you're back there as well. Okay, I forgot all about you back there. We're doing well. So tell us a little bit about how it all started.
We always threw a huge Halloween party each year in my backyard. I live on an acre of land, and we always made this haunted trail that people would have to walk through just to get to the Halloween party itself inside a barn and everything. And so Rod and I actually went to high school together, but we were a few years apart, so we didn't really know each other that well. And he started to come to the Halloween party, and we just kept talking, and we're like, he started coming over and helping decorate and set up the thing more than any of the other friends would. And we just started talking. We're like, he asked me one day, why don't we do this? Have you ever thought about doing this on a large scale? And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's one of my dreams. So he's the only close friend that, you know, would get off his butt and get anything done. So we just kind of made it from there.
Well, that kind of sounds like how Harley and I came up with this podcast. He's usually the guy that cracks the whip, and I'm the one that, you know, is busily doing something else. So I read that you guys are obviously huge horror fans. I attended your convention a couple of months back. A lot of fun. There's a lot of promise there. Thank you for bringing horror back to Oklahoma in the mainstream. So how does that influence the attraction?
So the idea was to promote our attraction. I ran the idea by Andrew to say, hey, let's do a horror convention. It might bring some attention to our haunted attraction. And to be honest, he didn't think it was the greatest idea because Oklahoma is not really known for horror.
No.
But it turned out to be quite successful, not just, I mean, by attendees, but just the attraction that has come to the haunted attraction itself, I guess. And it's actually turned into a big business. It's kind of overwhelming and stressful, to be honest.
It was cool to see a lot of the other haunts from the surrounding areas in the state come to our thing, which we purposely named the Horror Con with our haunted house name, Nightfall Haunted Territory, so that it would boost the name also. And it was cool to see these other haunts come be a part of our haunt, you know, so to speak. So.
Well, and you guys, I mean, obviously, it there for a while, probably a small fish in a big pond with when they had, you know, the Bricktown Haunted Warehouse and things like that. How do you guys separate yourselves from the other attractions that maybe are what's different, more interesting?
I'm going to be honest. I think the passion that Andrew and I have is completely different from the other haunt owners. With all due respect, I think most of the haunts in the city, which I'm probably going to get backlash for this, but I really don't care. This is Rod speaking, by the way. They're in it for the money. We're in it for the passion. You can tell the difference when you come to our haunted attraction compared to others. I know that's you'll understand when you come to a haunt.
You got to pat yourself on the back. You guys do a great job.
We wanted to also make something that was like kind of a throwback to what we remember going through as teenagers and even kids and stuff. I mean, it's scary, like adults scary, but it's not like a bunch of Hollywood effects and stuff. A lot of it's just handmade, you know, things and ideas. And that's what we remember going through in the 80s and 90s. And so, yeah.
That sounds awesome. What exactly, we're obviously a travel podcast. Can you guys kind of give us the overview?
The overview for this year is going to be, last year we tried to do a Stranger Things of one themed haunt, and it went over really well, but people kept asking, you know, and wanting us to bring back all the major horror film characters. And that's what you don't see a lot in haunted houses anymore is people paying close attention to to the details of the main horror film characters, like, you know, whatever, I can't name them, but, so we bring all the major horror film characters into our thing, and we create scenes out of the movie that you would recognize and be like, oh, wow, this is such and such from this movie or whatever. So
you're throwing a little nostalgia into the mix as
yes,
well
sir.
as the scares.
Yes, sir.
Well, I think that nostalgia is a big part of horror anymore. I think we're kind of in this horror renaissance where everything old is new again. And by the way, did you guys set up the Stranger Things photo booth thing, basically photo op at the Nightfall? Sir. Was that yours? Was that from your haunt?
Yeah. Yes. Well, that's just from one of, yes.
Okay. I freaking, that was a hit. I mean, there was a traffic jam coming down the middle aisle there. That was just so cool.
Here.
Yeah. So, horror guys, obviously, fan favorites. Who's your go-to slasher? Just kind of off.
There's only one, and I don't even know why Andrew's going to answer, but it's Michael Myers.
Yes, thank you very much. You are welcome back to the show anytime you want.
Yeah.
All day long.
I'm gonna have to agree also with him about Michael Myers, but my Andrew's biggest favorite is Leatherface. There's only one there, so.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to agree to disagree on that one, guys. So. Yeah, we're moving on. We're not even going to talk about him. He looks like bacon. But anyway, so when does it start? I know is it towards the end of the month? Where are we looking for a launch date here?
We're going to be opening October the 4th.
October 4th.
Friday, October the 4th. We'll be open every weekend, all the way up until November the 2nd. And
Wow.
I believe that last week will be open 5 or 6 days. So just depending on how traffic is, we open probably usually the whole week that last week, to be honest. So we've actually teamed up with Medican. It's a dispensary here right next to us. And we're going to have a smoke bus for those with medical cards. We're going to have celebrity guests throughout the season. We're going to have vendors here along with our haunted attraction. And we're going to be playing horror movies. It's a big event. It's
That's
really
killer.
fun.
That's like a horror tailgate party.
Yeah.
But you've got the anxiety medicine. That's all that matters. Something to keep us calm. We got to stay calm. So, hours of operation, what are we talking? Dusk till midnight or what?
We're going to sell tickets up until 11 p.m., but if you're in line, you can go till however long. We spoke with the city about a noise ordinance, and they said there isn't one, so I guess they could go till 3 in the morning as long as you're in line.
Okay, so
have a party with us.
So you're saying sound ordinance or noise ordinance. Where's it at? I mean, is it smack down in the middle of the city?
We're at 39th and Council. We're just a half a mile west on 39th Street on the south side of the street. You can't miss us.
Wow.
You'll see the fog, the strobe lights, the lighting, the screams. Well, you'll hear that.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna drive around it. I love horror, but I hate to be scared. Sorry, guys. My card has been revoked, but I'm sorry. It's true. I can't help it. So moving forward in the future, obviously going to be bigger and better next year. You've got the convention coming back again in July with a bigger venue. What can you tell us moving forward for Nightfall? What we got going on?
Well, a lot of people are asking why we moved. We are going to the Reed Convention Center at the Sheraton in Midwest City. It's just a couple of miles east of Oklahoma City. Really easy to access. Super nice place.
Yeah, I think they've had a couple of SoonerCons there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
What are the dates on that upcoming convention?
It's going to be Friday and Saturday, July 11th and 12th. So we're moving to a 2-day convention this year. We were only 1 day. The reason why we did that, we really were unsure of how it would turn out. It was just a gamble, and it was really successful. So people want 2 days. The celebrities want 2 days. The vendors want 2 days. So we're bringing 2 days.
Well, Convention Hound, I'm going to ask one last question about the convention. When can we expect the trickling in of guest announcements?
We're working on that now, so
Perfect.
we'll have a whole new slew of guests. So we're just in negotiations right now, seeing what's available and what we're working on.
In terms of horror guests, you guys knocked it out of the park. So where can people find you? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Call either one of us. Our numbers are on the Facebook, and also you can go to nightfallhauntedterritory.com, and then Facebook, you can just search Nightfall Haunted Territory, and it'll pop right up. So we're really quick to message people back in most cases on the Facebook and everything. So
that's awesome, guys.
He meets me.
I know who I can trust.
Well, guys, I really want to thank you for investing your time and energy and money into, I think, a much needed area of entertainment here in Oklahoma. We really appreciate what you're doing, and we want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate your time as well.
And hey, there's going to be a ton more spooky stuff just like this on here, but if you're out doing this stuff, please tell me you heard about it here on the OnlyinOKShow.
This has been the OnlyinOKShow. I'm Harley.
And I'm Brett.
And we're out of here. Peace.
The premiere. 3, 2,
yoga.
What?
It really bothers you, doesn't it?
What?
Doesn't it?
Bothers me what?
Doesn't it?
Bothers me what?
That would be 12 boobs, doesn't it?
Don't make me cut you with me sweet blade.
She was from the underworld. She had 12 boobs. They called her Doesn't It.
Oh, boy.
Let's go.
Okay, you're allowed to do that, but I'm not allowed to
Dude,
say...
I'm literally working in the direction of doing a show. I said doesn't hit, and you...
Who is this man who produces flame with no... What does he say?
Not tender...
Something in... Why do I not know that?
I don't know.
You shall call me Tim.
Dude, quit with the... Put it down.
Come over here.
Come over here.
Come over here. You know how much differently? You think Mortal Kombat would be as popular if it was... Come closer. Okay, boring.
I think it would be even better if the guy had like a skeleton. He was like,
come over here.
Come over here. Okay, go. 3, 2, 1, go.
You make Trump a playable skin. Come over here. He's like combing his hair over. Oh, God.
You fired.
What would Trump's finishing move be on a fighting game? What would his signature move be?
He would have to throw a fireball at the corpse and say, you're fired.
You're fired.
You fired. Either that or, no, he's from Jersey, so it's got to be like a Molotov cocktail.
Oh, yeah. Do you know who Shane Gillis is? You've probably heard
the
him on
Gillis brothers.
Well, no. Anyway,
he's not.
He was one of the guys. Real quick, a few years ago, that when the cancel culture thing really kicked off, he was on SNL.
Uh-huh.
He got fired from SNL for doing a stand-up bit that somebody saw where he talked about Chinese people or something. Anyway, he got fired. Anyway, he has a sketch show. He does stand-up too. He's on Rogan quite a bit. And
what's his name?
Shane Gillis. He's a funny dude.
Does he have a brother?
I don't know. Probably.
So he is one of the Gillis brothers.
He probably is.
Okay, let's go.
Hang on a second. He's the son of a Gillis.
He's the son of a Gillis.
He could be related to Mickey Gillis for all we know. Oh, wait, that's not a thing. Is it? Yeah, he is. Mickey Gillis. He's dead. Anyways, so he has this bit where Trump goes on. You have to look it up. Trump goes on like a dating site and goes out on dates. It's really, he does a spot on Trump. He's really funny.
I've been working on my stand-up routine.
Right now, you're sitting on it. Have you really?
I'm thinking.
Give me something.
Like, let's go.
He's not rated G. Like, what is it? What's below G? Let's take a little bit to talk about the Russians. Well, why don't we? You single-handedly, with your Russian hands, boosted the sale of Coca-Cola and Levi's in the 1980s. Congratulations. The stocks are soaring thanks to you. Oh, man.
I was going to do stuff.
That's stuff to do. Now I gotta. That's why.
That was almost sounded like Matthew McConaughey, I'm going to say. It's close.
Yes, it did. That didn't quite sound like it. Who's supposed to sound like Owen Wilson?
I think that's me.
Yeah.
I think it's just because I'm dry.
Say, you're freaking Derek Zoolander, man.
I can't do it.
Just say it like your normal voice.
You're freaking Derek Zoolander, man.
But put some,
man.
Do it.
Man.
Do it.
Man.
No, do that. 3, 2, 1. And we're
like you deflated. 3, 2, 1.
This is what happens when I go off script.
Dude, you don't ever do a script.
Never go off script.
And when you do, it's like, the thing that happened in the place.
I am Brett. That is 2 T's. With my man's name is M-A-N-Z as in zebra.
That is my last name.
And my co-host today is named after a prestigious American motorcycle mobile. I am Brett. And you're like, and I am Harley Davidson.
Okay. So we're talking about Nightfall Haunted Territory, Oklahoma City. Rod and Lou.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.